here we are, renamed Doane University, Doane College when I came here. That's the dorm I lived in for the last 2.5 years of my 4 years here. New building, the Hickson Lead Art Building. Door Walker, the administration building, and the bell tower, student center, cafeteria, bookstore. Boy, that looks nice, doesn't it? Been a long time. Changed. Hey folks, it's February 10th. Can you believe it? When I was riding through Hastings, it was 77 degrees according to the bank thermometer. Hard time for me to believe that, but that said, when we do not enter. Okay, that's the old con. We'll go by it from the other side. Gaylord, founded 1872. I was in the 100th graduating class, 1976. Here's the pentagon-shaped conservatory. When I was here, it was closed. It was all run down. They have refurbished it. Here's the observatory, Boswell Observatory. There's Pador Walker, the admin building. You can see, I don't know if it functions anymore. I don't think it did when I was in school. Driving along the west side of Doane, I want to say college so badly. Facilities Operations Building. And we're coming up on Freeze Hall and a couple other dormitories. This is Freeze. It was a co-ed dorm. I think it still is. And this was called New Dorm in my day. It's been renamed. It was a women's dorm when I came here. Not sure if it still is all ladies or not. This is a brand new dorm. Wasn't here. And I think it has to do, yes, Handsome Leadership Hall. So I'm not sure how you qualify to get in as a resident. Like some tennis courts up there. This is another new building since I've been here. It's the Math and Science Center. Can't see it in this GoPro, but there's a bridge over there that crosses over to the other part of the campus. Lead Science and Mathematics. And this is the new field house. Recreation Athletic Center. October 2010, the Big Stone says. So it's not too old. Here's the old field house that was fairly new when I was here. Played basketball in it. Has an indoor track. Doane has always had a pretty darn good track program. There's Simon Field, football field. Doane had a pretty good football program when I attended. It has field turf on it. It didn't back then, but it does now. Visitor stands. It's about twice as many students now as there were back when I attended. And this is the old field house. There's an old basketball gym in here. This back end had a swimming pool. I guess it's no longer open. And that's where all my calculus classes were held, in Butler Gym. I don't know if this is... We played tennis on these tennis courts. This is another... I guess this is the same building. I'm not sure. I'm supposed to be driving on here. Probably not. Education building. Yeah, we saw that one. One of the ponds where the swan used to swim. I don't know if they still have swan here in the good weather. I don't really like the Doane University, but not that strong of a dislike. You can't get in. Used to be an entrance right here up into the men's parking lot, but no more. My room was on this side, second floor. These two buildings are quad. They have 4 bedrooms off of a kind of a shared living room, and then they have shared bathrooms with a couple stalls. Back in my day, this larger one was just for guys. This first one here, and I lived in it for the first year and a half before I moved to the far dorm, men's dorm. It's called Burridge Hall now. That wasn't the name back then. And then the smaller one was called Colonial. And I believe, if I remember right, it was co-ed back in the day. It's still called Colonial. Okay. The Burridge Hall used to be called Georgian when I lived in it. So you can see it's a really nice, pretty campus. lots of elevation changes. There's a couple, 3 ponds and lakes on the campus. Lots of nice-looking trees. Basketball court wasn't there when I was there. It's all right. Again, really nice. Hilly, wooded, beautiful, beautiful land. 620 students or thereabouts when I attended. Long time ago. Doane University has expanded greatly. They have primarily adult learning campuses in Lincoln and Omaha and Grand Island at a minimum. See the math and science building over behind the trees. There's that bridge that goes over. This is one way going by Simon Field. I presume it's still called Simon Field. Homeside Stadium press box. Old Fuhrer Field House. That basketball court had that tartan turf in it. So it was not wood. It was that, I don't know if it's vinyl or polypropylene or whatever, but they pour it on and it was obviously smooth. The track that went around it, and there was tennis courts on each end of the track. It had kind of a textured surface to it to help running. And in tennis, we used to play intramurals. They're just fun, pick up, but that surface really grips. So if you put spin on the ball, you can make it do some funny things. I don't know if they've changed the surface, but yeah. This is all new back here. It's land owned by the college, but put in some sort of memorial here that I haven't ever even looked at. Some soccer fields over here that that's all new. I think there's a baseball field maybe now out here someplace. Doane owned all this land back then, but they had never developed it. And then not too far over this way is the College Heights Golf Course. And I believe that Doane owned, at the time, that golf course. I know we could play golf for almost nothing over there. Looks like that might be the baseball field. So, they've really expanded. Added the number of speed bumps. But my alma mater. So these are all soccer fields over here, looks like. Has as we went by them before. I think I made the same comment. So. Small liberal arts college. I've not been in that building, but that's the new field house, as we saw before. This is the field house once again that I knew. Some hard workouts in there. My sophomore year, I went out for basketball. Freshman year I started, but out for basketball, but I convinced myself I got lonely for home. My girlfriend at the time, and I probably felt underskilled for the program. But my sophomore year I went out and stayed out. Didn't play hardly any in JV, but I got a few minutes in. Not exactly a stellar. So that's again, there's the Simon football field. It's got field turf on it, which is the same thing as University of Nebraska has on their field. And the backside of Georgian and Colonial, although Georgian is now Burridge, and there's men's again. So we've kind of taken the drive-through. I think we'll head back to Lincoln. Sun's going down.